Hey, Facebook family, how you guys doing? Jeremiah Davis here, coming to you from Davis Thorpe and Associates, your funding coach, with my show, The Business Source. I got a really good guest today, man. You guys are gonna love this, so pay attention because everybody can use her services and her story is amazing. Um, so without further ado, I'm going to bring in Maria Luna, CEO of Bravo Tip or Pay. Boom. Hello, Maria. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank
First, I just want to thank you for taking the time and being my special guest this week. Um, when I heard about your story and started reading about you, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Um, so just tell the people who you are a little bit, brief introduction.
Well, first of all, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and I am super excited every time I get to talk about our purpose, why we exist, and our story, and hopefully get to more people to hear about it and learn from what we can do to help. So, I am originally from Puerto Rico, super proud of that. And I come from a small town called Isabela by the coast of the island. So I grew up with amazing people around me. My mother is my mentor, my hero, and my whole community. I am the product of great teachers as well.
Mhm.
And after that, I went to college, and all of my life, I I knew inside of me that I had something that made my heart sing, which is to empower other people. That makes me happy, and it doesn't matter if it's financial empowerment or emotional empowerment. I enjoy that. So in my professional life, I started to grow professionally, and then I decided, why not become my own boss and fulfill my dreams and what makes my heart sing. And then that's my baby, Bravo Pay. And I have a whole team of amazing people with me, but just like this interview is one on one, but I wish I could um, also let everybody know that this is the product of a whole team behind me.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So, um, how did you start Bravo Tip or Pay? Or maybe you want to tell people what it is first and then how you started it.
Okay. I like to start with the problem we solve because that way people say, okay, I identify with that problem. What is the solution? So the problem we found initially was the need for two people to make a payment and people that do not know each other but need to trust each other, to make that payment. So, and the other thing we identified was a need in the market for a way to pay without having to exchange your personal information. So that was our initial idea, but the vision was way bigger
Mm.
because the vision for our platform is to eventually create what we just launched. And that's why I'm super excited here today, which is a whole marketplace where not only you can do a transaction and pay or be paid, but you can promote your products within the same marketplace. You can create store items so you can sell your services or you can sell your merchandise. And also, you can create a fan base or a base of supporters that on a monthly basis can choose to support you. So you have predictable income coming down. And
Oh,
that, so the problem we identified beyond the need for two people to exchange money and do transactions is as we dove into the problems that our verticals had, for example, musicians, poets, content creators, yoga instructors, podcasters, entrepreneurs like advisors, and all kinds of people that do business or give services, we identified that the platforms out there either hide your content so that you have to pay to promote.
mhm.
And for example, after you build your fan base and you get to a certain number of thousands or whatnot, your content is being hidden, so you have to pay to promote. So we heard that problem. The other problem we heard was those platforms are expensive. So they take a big chunk of your hard-earned money. And I'm going to talk about how we solve that. Or they have such a complex system of tiers, depending on advertising, that you don't even know how much money you're going to make. So we said, okay, let's build this marketplace that is super transparent, so you know exactly how much money you make, that it's predictable, that treats you fairly. We charge 5% for recurring transactions because you're using many tools and the store items. And then we charge 0 to the people to receive the money when it's a one-time transaction. And our fees are, we're just charging the inter-exchange bank rate for the fees of the transaction. So for example, in other platforms, you have to pay anywhere from 12 to 50% of your income. And on other platforms, you never even know how much in percentage you're keeping. So with Bravo, you keep 95% of recurring, and you keep 100% of anything that it's one-time payment.
Okay. So let me get this straight. So Bravo is an app that you can do electronic transactions, right? Without exchanging personal information. It could be a one-time transaction, or it could be a recurring transaction for your product or service.
Correct.
And you can promote your product or service within the app.
Within the app.
And okay, so do we have to pay for the promotion, or is that?
No. All of the tools are provided for free. So if you can post about your business, you can do like flash sales, like announcements to your followers, because that's the thing. The marketplace, you bring your followers and your supporters to it. But then you get exposed to the market of other creators, other artists, other entrepreneurs, other yoga instructors, you name it. So that you start to learn and get interested in different aspects. So your supporters they go and see your content, they see what you're offering, and they engage with you that way. But also you can see what other people are doing, check it out, socially see what they're posting, and you can also message people privately within the app.
Say that last part again.
You can also directly communicate with people within the app. Yes, without exchanging your personal information. I don't need to know your phone number, your email address, anything.
Okay.
So, everything. Yeah. So it's just very unique. We listen to our customers, and we created a platform that it's addressing all of those points that I mentioned.
There's nothing else like that out here.
No. That would be made by my team, which is Bravo Pay, and it's a very diverse team. From day one, we are 2 Puerto Ricans that originally founded the company, but we have African Americans, we have Asians in the team, we have white Americans, and we have Latinos. So we are a true representation of our country.
Awesome. I mean, and you may know a little bit of my background. We kind of spoke about, but I've been in the payment processing, arena for almost 20 years. And yes, there are a lot of fees associated with, sending money to for product or service. So I'm always explaining to people why there's so many fees, and why some business types have to pay higher fees. But it sounds like you don't have any of those type of restrictions, right?
Well, and be super clear, everybody that does a transaction, it has a cost behind it. So there's some applications that tell you that the transaction is free, and only if you do from bank account to bank account, like ACH transactions. But ultimately the product is your data. So in our case, we decided we don't want to sell the data of our users. So we protect the data of our users. We don't monetize on that. So that's why we charge, a 2% for transactions, for small transactions, and a little bit higher, up to 3% for transactions over $500. But after that, you keep the money, the one-time payments, the fee is paid by the customer. And in the recurring revenue, the fees for the platform, for using all of the tools of the platform, are paid by the receiving side.
Okay. I mean, but there's no monthly cost. It's just a per transaction cost.
No monthly cost. The application is free to download. For you to go and see what everybody's doing and checking out businesses and following people, all of that is free. Only to make a payment. For example, I'm going to pay you $10. I go on the app and I pay you $10. I pay $10.20, but you receive the whole $10 if it's a one-time payment. If I then decide, oh my God, I love what you're doing so much, I want to be your monthly recurring supporter, and I go into your fan club, you create a fan club within the app, and I go and subscribe and I fund what you're doing $5 a month. For example, you put your own price. We respect everybody's businesses. If I don't know, if you're famous and you can charge $100, good for you. So let's say $5 that you're going to charge for your monthly fan club. You then keep 95% of that, and because you're using the whole system that has tools to analyze your subscribers, to target them, to offer them special things. So for all of those tools, you pay 5%.
So you're getting some data on how your followers are reacting to your network.
You get data, but not their personal information, and that's very important. For example, you go follow me, and then eventually you like what I'm doing, and then you subscribe to my monthly fan club. So I see that your username. So for example, your username is your real name is Jeremiah, but your username is the funding coach, for example.
Right.
So I see that the funding coach is following and supporting me. I also see whatever you want me to see from you, and you can communicate with me, but I don't know your phone number. I don't need to know your email address. And I don't need to know anything personal about you or your card number even to get paid by you.
This is awesome, because the first thing that pops in my head is, everybody sends you an email, or you want to opt in for the email, then you're in their campaign and you're always getting, spam basically, but you can still get the content and understand the person and their product or service without giving your email or your phone number, and you can then choose to subscribe, purchase more items on a recurring basis. That's amazing. And follow what they're doing and how much, what's new and all that. What about total strangers?
That's the beauty of it, because let's say I go into the app. And I go because I am a fan of Richard Sherman, which is one of our ambassadors, right? So I'm a fan of Richard Sherman. I go and follow him and what he does. But then I'm a total stranger to Tribe Silver, which is one of our users. And she is a fantastic woman from Puerto Rico that sells her jewelry. So the handmade jewelry. So I start to notice her and I like her. And then I can even contact her, subscribe to her channel, and all of that. And I never gave away my email address, my phone number, nothing to the other party in order to transact with them.
So it's almost like a mini social media platform that you can exchange, money. Is that something like that?
Well, no, let me put it this way. It's a whole marketplace where creators and anybody that creates content or services, like I mentioned, a yoga instructor, a podcaster, a musician, a poet, you name it, this woman that is fantastic. I'm just doing a shout out to her because I love her product. So all of these people can go there, interact socially, yes, promote what they do and what they're about. We respect everybody's branding, so you put out whatever you want to put out. But in the same place, without having to leave the app, you can transact, you can communicate, and you can post about you. People can learn about you. So it's a way to empower everybody. And one more thing, many of these platforms are created for you to make money only if you're famous. And that's very important because I created it with a person like myself on it, like the little people. So when you are building your brand or building your persona, you are working very hard for those followers, for those supporters, and for people that are engaging with your purpose. So from day one, so let's say I open my store or my services as an advisor, and I have 5 customers. From day one, from those 5 customers, I monetize in a significant way because I keep 95% if it's recurring and I keep 100% if it's a one-time payment. Versus I can have I have to have 1 million users or 1 million followers or 1 million customers in order for me to make a living. Yeah. So for you to make a living from day one.
This is awesome. This is awesome. So I see it's very community based. So how how's this app help people in the community, in your local community or communities around the country? Tell us, how far have you gotten in the United States or the world with users on the app?
Okay, we started in our test market in Phoenix, Arizona, which is where I live, because we wanted to prove the concept that there was this need, and we went with a minimum viable product, then with the beta, and now with the full developed product. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to prove the concept. We did it. We developed the marketing playbook, and then we replicated the results in a new city. And after that, we're seeing transactions in over 1,000 cities in USA where we haven't even marketed yet, or marketed in a significant way other than social media. Mm-hmm. And our appearance on Shark Tank, that also helped out a little bit. Since then, we evolved the app because we listen to our users and to our supporters. We continue to hear all of those pain points that I don't make money unless I'm famous, or they hide my content so I have to promote and all of that. So we have a section that is a featured section that we rotate everybody that comes on the app, so you have your fair chance. We're about that fairness. Everybody, community supporting community. So I'll give you a few examples. Before this product, that it's the final version, it's out. We had the beta, which basically you could transact. It was not much social, but the way we supported our community was we partnered with different organizations, including Alice Cooper Solid Rock, which the famous Alice Cooper, he has a foundation where he provides free classes and free music and art classes to children in the community, regardless of your resources. All are free. So they have a music competition, and then what we did is we made a app available to the musicians, and then the public voted for their favorite musician on the app, and then Bravo gave a special prize to the musician that engaged the most their supporters. Then, and that's to mention one, we partnered with a lot of non-for-profits. So while we created awareness of what we were doing, we were bringing money into the hands of the community, serving people. And one of the ones that makes me the proudest, it's Guarded Angels of Hope, which is they're on the app, and they work to hydrate the homeless in the extreme heat of Phoenix and Chicago, and then we're trying to grow it more. So we go with them in the community, not only physically, our employees and our volunteers, but also we partner with them for fundraising and with other organizations.
Wow, that's really cool. That is amazing. So I got to ask because the Shark Tank. I know I watched the show. A lot of people watch the show. That had to be an amazing experience. Tell us about that.
Well, I owe the experience of Shark Tank to the spirit of my mother, because she's probably the fiercest person I know. And watching her face life taught me something. You're always going to be afraid. People that say, I'm not scared. We all get our like heebie-jeebies here and there. But seeing how she was so brave and she faced any challenge with that bravery, when they invited us to apply, I pondered, because some people go into the show and they don't do well or whatever. But then I talked to my co-founder, I talked to my team, and everybody made me realize something. When you as an entrepreneur have something special with a purpose in hand, that is what guiding you, not your pride or your ego. How about if this doesn't go well? That was one. But number two, it was a great opportunity to bring our name out there, our purpose out there, and eventually help many more lives. Because the more we grow, the more we're helping the everyone that needs financial empowerment. So that motivated me, and then I took the nerves out and focused in preparing for it.
And you won.
Yes, we got an offer from Mark Cuban and Lori Gaynor. But more than anything, that taught me that when you put your heart, you have a great team behind you, and you prepare, there's nothing that can stop you.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's an amazing story. And what I'm really hearing and getting from you is that all of our viewers, most, like I said, are entrepreneurs, and they're in some stage of that struggle, right? If it's their beginning, the middle, or they're almost, they might have a nice client base, but it's just a story that you can't give up. You got to keep, moving forward and keep working hard until you reach it. And I love this app because it gives people a way to get paid, as well as pay other people with services with a minimal cost, and without sharing a whole lot of information at all, right? No personal information, but just set up the app and then promoting their business or their product or service within the app as well, right? And that you guys give back to the community. So it's amazing, it's awesome. What do I get the app? How do I download it? Tell people so we can grow your audience and you can help these other entrepreneurs grow their audience.
Thank you. Well, you go to trybravo.com and we have the links there to the App Store or to Google Play. The current marketplace that I'm describing is on iOS now. It's going to be on Android in about a week. But you can go to trybravo.com and download it. We are on Android, but the beta product, so not the one that we have on iOS. So you download it from there, from trybravo.com, or you go to your favorite app store and then you search for Bravo Pay.
Right, and I did. I have an Android, and I went and downloaded it, and it was very easy. And I set my account up. I think I got a couple more steps to set up, but I want to show people what it looks like. Yep. Got my security code. And well, this looks like a kind of mine is. Oh, what am I doing? You can't see it. Anyway, I downloaded the app. See, it's in the banner scrolling by trybravo.com and download the app. For a lot of my clients, you guys know what I do, but if you're not ready for a traditional merchant account, this is a great option for you to take payments from your clients without a whole lot of fuss, right? All they got to do is download the app and they can just send you the money, and they can also be recurring. So I think that's awesome. I'm gonna use this as an alternative for my clients who are not ready for an expensive merchant account. So I think it's a win-win. Anything else you want to tell us about what you or the Bravo pay, or what's coming in the future? What do you got planned?
Well, every other week now we're releasing new things on the app, so stay tuned because, like I mentioned, we are not on Android. The version that I'm describing it's on iOS for now. So in about a week, you will see it on Android. We are also going to release a web-based solution for people that do not want to download an app or do not have that facility.
Mhm.
We are building more features to empower you more. And I also wanted to clarify something. In payments, you have to remain compliant. So we need to know who our customers are. So when we say that you don't exchange your information, it means for me to pay you, I don't need to know who you really are, your real name. But we, Bravo, we need to know your information because there are laws around that. So we are very compliant that way. But another thing I wanted to mention is for your audience is very filled with entrepreneurs, is a lot of people say, yeah, share your story because if you did it, I can do it. And the way I put it is, no, I don't share my story that way because everybody's road is unique. And I don't want you to think, oh, but Maria had this or Maria had that. Everybody comes to life with their own baggage and their own, benefits and their own risks and their own story.
Mhm.
I don't want you to hear my story and say, oh, if she did it, I can do it. No, I want you to say, there are many avenues towards success, but all of them require a lot of work, a lot of focus, educating myself as much as I can, and remain motivated by a purpose. Because if you are motivated by money, my friend, you give up the first month. But if you are motivated by a bigger purpose, and whatever it is, it doesn't have to be like ours to financially empower people, but whichever purpose you have, that is the one that has to get you out of bed and grind it.
Right. Right. Even when it gets hard, I always tell my clients, you can't give up when it gets hard. If you really love it, and if you really know that it's meant for you to do this, yes, like you said, your purpose, the purpose has to drive you. My purpose is to help as many entrepreneurs as possible start and grow their business. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
one more thing I wanted to add to that is also remember that whatever business you're starting, you're not starting a hobby or an expensive hobby. So from day one, you need to have very clear what is your monetization route. And because you need to be strong first in order to then grow and then invest in growing your engines and then investing in others in whatever you want to do with the community. First is like in the airplanes, you put your airbag first. I learned that from my sister from the Sisterhood Extravaganza. You put your airbag first, you take the oxygen, and then you help the next person. Same thing. Know where the money's going to come from. What is your business model? And, grind it. And then when things get hard, you know that there is on the way this machine that will get you the money.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Did it happen overnight?
I told you we started 2015 and we're still grinding it. And I tell you, our mentality is we can have millions and millions of users eventually, and we will keep grinding it because this is about helping others and creating something of value. And that changes with time, changes with your users.
Right. Yeah, that's an amazing story, and I'm so glad that you came on and shared your story. I really want people to be able to. You got the trybravo.com. Is there any other social media that you want to share? Anywhere they can learn anything else about you or your company?
Well, inside of Bravo, you can find me as Maria Luna. And I am going to be surprising my followers with giveaways, with different surprises. So stay tuned, merch and other stuff that I'm going to be giving away on a monthly basis to my personal followers on Bravo. But on Instagram, you can find me as Maria Bravo CEO, Maria_Bravo_CEO, and also talk to me there in the social media.
All right, you guys, you heard it here. Bravo Pay. It's a new thing that you can get paid and send money to your friends and family or strangers, somebody you meet on the street. It's a new thing, and I've never seen anything like it. I'm super excited about it. So, with that being said, we're about out of time for this week. You guys tune in next week. I'm your funding coach. This is the Business Resource Show, and next week we'll have another exciting guest. Thank you. See you.